So we are talking about a client that is on a schedule to pay off debt, but had a trip come up in October that they took for Halloween. So we are going to discuss what happened through the month of October and see how we can get back on track here for the debt payoff. So we have an income of $25.80. Her expenses stand at $19.61. She was just raised to a $6,000 personal line of credit, and her cash flow is at $618. The expenses for October go through November the 3rd with what I have figured, because November the 3rd is the statement ending date. So I just went through that date. The groceries totaled $195.15. Dunkin' was $177.43, which we see over here. Dunkin' is supposed to be at $120, so she exceeded that a little. Eating out and groceries should not exceed $300 a month, so we definitely went over here. Gas for $18.35, it's to be around $200. Her medical was $378.39. It should be around $50 a month, so had some issues there. Her trip, hotel, and activities were $832.33. Clothes expense was $165.86. And then there was an ATM withdrawal question here. I'm not sure here, but this was the month of October, what happened. So this trip and the hotel bill, that was excessive. The gas was excessive. The eating out was excessive, but she was with other people that they have refunded her or whatever in cash, so she's going to take care of that by refunding her line of credit. So that's no big deal. We expect life to happen, and we want to do trips. We want to have fun. It's not about being frugal, but it is about how fast you want to get your debt paid off. So that's what we're working towards. This is the regular monthly expenses: the food, the cable, Hulu, car insurance, gas, hair, medical, her Amazon Prime, Dunkin', electric. These are all on the Capital One credit card. If you have a rewards card that pays back 1.5% to 3% rewards every month, you need to put all of the expenses you can onto that card. So if we have $896.91 a month that can go on the credit card, that would be $17.93 in rewards for just these expenses. It's very important that, you know, we use those credit cards for where we can use them and they're not using us. That's so important. If we have all of this on the credit card, from now on we can draw rewards. If it is a rewards card, then these we need it in cash. So the water, some bank credit cards, student loans, her Capital One, which when we pay this amount in full every month, we knock that amount out. So there is no payment due for Capital One because we made this deposit when it's due. The rent, a car loan, another student loan, and then a phone. All of this is in cash, and all of this comes out of her LOC. So that's $955.43 a month that is coming in and out of her HELOC every month. The next pay date is 11/17/22. She will need to deposit her whole check into the TVA HELOC first, because her HELOC stands at approximately $2,400 right now. If she makes the $1,290 payroll deposit, then that will bring her balance down to $1,110. And then she has $2,863.71, which is due on her Capital One card here. She will need to pay that off on December the 3rd, bringing her balance in the HELOC back up to $3,973.71. The reason that we are doing this is we don't want any more interest to accrue on this credit card. No more. And we also want to have room on the credit card for Christmas, because we realize Christmas is coming up, so we might as well get ready for it. So if she spends $1,000 in her HELOC for Christmas, we would add that in, which would make it $49.73.71, and she has to pay all of these again the first week or two of December. So you would add 95543 in there, which would be $59.29.14, which means then that she's going to come in with her next payroll deposit, which she gets paid bi-weekly, so that would be $12.90, another payroll deposit, and that's $46.39.14. She will have these expenses that will pay off on January the 3rd. We would have another $12.90, because we get 2 checks bi-weekly. $33.49.14 is her balance now. At the end of December, so this is the second check in December. So $33.49.14, and then January the 4th, guess what? She's going to make this, which should be no higher than $896.91. We would add that to the $33.49.14. $42.46.05 would be her HELOC balance January the 4th, which she will come right in then, have another check in January. So she'll have two checks. So let's just take the $25.80. This is what her income would be at least. We know she gets an extra check here and there. That would bring that down to $166.05. And then she would just add her expenses back in here. $955.43. $26.21.48 will be the balance of the HELOC at the end of January.